Once again, welcome to D-Bomb's Garage. Today, we're having a little bit of an ice storm out there. The other day we had a good snowstorm. First time I've been in the shop in a day or so. Feeling a lot better, but not 100%. I figure what I'm going to tinker on today is the CAMARO again. I think I'm going to put the motor, both the motor and the transmission together, set it in there, and see what I'm missing, what I need to get. I did order leaf spring bushings and the spring pad bushings, because these ones are pretty well ate up. I do have the new rubber brake line for back here. I've got the wheel cylinders, I've got the brake shoes, I got the hold down kits. I figured once I pull it apart for doing the leaf spring bushings, I'll drop the whole differential with the springs on it and tear it apart, put it back together, put it back in. But for right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull a motor into this side of the shop, make sure the pilot bearing is in there. If there is one in there, pull it out, replace it. I did kind of put the bell housing, clutch fork, and throw out bearing on the transmission. This is the Muncie M21. I do need desperately a complete side cover and shift forks for it. My brother doesn't think he's got one at his place. But the Muncie is going to be an upgrade for the 79, because the 79 CAMARO came with a 3-speed Saginaw, and it would have had the Borg Warner 4-speed in it, not the Muncie. It would have had the Borg Warner. So I'm jumping up a grade, I think, on the transmission, with the transmission. So I think I've got everything down here for it. Going cheap wise on the clutches and everything. I still should get pushed out here without knocking it over. Making it through there. There we go. All right. Feels like there's a bushing in there already. But as I said, this is going to be a test fit. I'd like to have the motor and everything ready so I can figure out what I'm missing, what I still need. Maybe I can get my Z-bar lined up, get all the pedal assemblies set up. So right now, I guess I'm gonna get my lifting lugs on here and get this motor picked up. Holy smokes. If I can find my lifting lugs now. Well, I spent a lot of time hunting for the two brackets, lifting tabs. I took a pair of them off another motor, so I was able to get it up off the stand. The rear bushing, there was a bronze one in there, brass or bronze, one of the two. I used grease, filled the rear part of the crank in the passage where the pilot bearing bushing goes. Filled it up with grease. Used a what size is this? Come on. That was a 10 millimeter. I did. And I filled this area up with grease. Took an extension with 10 millimeter. Slid right in there. The packed grease, when you smack this with a hammer, will push that bushing right on out, or bearing, either one of the two. So I got that out, got that replaced. Now it's time to dig the flywheel out, put the flywheel on. The flywheel bolts get torqued down to 60 foot-pounds. Pilot bushing has been changed. Now I got to put the flywheel on, get the transmission onto it, and lower the CAMARO down and slide it in for a test fit. Far from being ready to try to fire it up. I just want to get it test fitted, make sure I have everything for it when I get ready to fire it up at that point. So I got my coffee still. My feet are cold. So I'm gonna put you back on the time lapse while I get the flywheel on. As I said, the flywheel will get torqued down to 60 foot-pounds. The bolts will be. I'm using ARPs. Got these ones right here. First time I've been using anything absolutely new. excuse me. The bell housing's brand new. Clutch fork, pilot bearing at the AutoZone clutch, flywheel, a Hurst shifter. Again, I gotta get a side plate with all the mechanisms in it, and two forks, so I can get this back together. I think I still need the transmission mount, or I'll steal the one off of this. Saginaw should be the same one. As I said, it's just a test fit. So, alright. The ARP flywheel bolts, they say to torque them down to 75 foot-pounds in the crisscross pattern. I just did that. The stock flywheel torque for this showing it should be 60. I might be wrong. Might be right, who knows. I'm gonna jack it up so where I can get the pressure plate and clutch disc in, get it all in place, get it up in the air, get it over to the transmission, get the transmission loaded up. So I'm going to jack it back up and start getting it set up again. Remember to like, subscribe, definitely subscribe. Watch the video from front to rear. I need all the watch hours I can get. I need all the subscribers I can get. So let's get this one going here. I do watch D Speed Shop, Morsky Repair, Ice Grip Garage, Fab Rats, Matt's Off-Road Recovery. You watch Robbie Layton. They'll have good content. Unfortunately, I'm not anywhere near their caliber of work. Did, but unfortunately don't have any sponsors or helping parts. It'd be nice if I did, but unfortunately I don't. Well, that coffee was in there, right? Wow. Desk. See if we can't clean this up a little bit here. I ended up using a little bit bigger clutch system. 168 juice flywheel on this. they don't have the Well, I'm back. I got the Camaro down on the ground. Got the motor up in the air. You gotta pull the 2 motor mount bolts out. Gotta get the jack so I can make sure the transmission is jacked up. Goes up onto the cross member. So let's see what type of trouble I can get into here doing this. See if I can't knock my GoPro off. As I said, this is just a test fitting endeavor. Might try to make up some of the harness for it. Mock in some of my other accessories like the power steering pump. I'm not sure which one I got or need for that. Let's see if I can't break anything. Get that there. We'll run anything over that's important. Close. Gonna be close. Let's see what I can screw up here. starting. Got it. And fish. Jack buttons there. Just about. Let's see. Closer. Let's go down. Just popped in. Ish. And that one popped in. crashed. Well, let's see if that will line it up. I really shouldn't do that with those, but what happens is you screw up the threads on it. That one's in. Let's see about this one. Oh yeah. There we go. That's a bluesies. And that's what it looks like with the motor. Well, I actually got the motor in. It's in the car. I still got to get the training mount, which I think it's the same one on the Saginaw. Well, Chucky darns. That's starting to look like a car again. Well, a car with a motor. As I said, I gotta get the mount for in here. I think the one I got on the Saginaw was gonna work. Then from here, I figure out where my Z-bar hooks up to and get that all set up. There's one of two places it can go. It'd be right here or right here. And I think it goes right here. I don't think it goes right there. Possible, but I don't think so. I think it goes right here. Really got to get that side cover so I can do all my speedometer and everything. I can see where it's stretched up in here, but that's all right. Dented. Our motor's in it. As I said, this is just a test fit. Figuring out everything else I still need. To finish this one up. As I said, I've got rear spring bushings coming. The spring pads coming. I'm gonna have to order the sway bar, rear sway bar bushings so I can put the sway bar back up in there. I think somebody stole the one that was on the car. I don't remember taking it off. Figure out the wiring. I can do that while I'm waiting for parts to come in. I had one wiring harness set up for this car, but it was just to start it up. I did away with a lot of the other wiring because I had a tune port motor in here and just never finished doing it and took it back out, sold it. But for now, that's it for D-Bomb's Garage. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you for watching. Until next video, I'm out of here. Later all.